abusuan for me did Ekuonaba Boaten aha Ekuonaba television na omo ye public hearing bi committee atena se dwene ho ade potia ama Ghana enoma bi na contract ahodo e de amankofo mu ntimi nwie ye no ena omo dwene ho na we ana ba ko bia betom because metaiti pa tia obitimati be very important ba ko abetom ene say omo reward a contract bi e de ma obi that was 2007 na 2007 no contract ne de mani pa kro no na 1.4 million 1.4 million e de mani pa no oje contract wie 2007 no 2008 ene oye yarefo oyare ye into oyare ye no na contract no eda ho saa omle to ho saa to 2019 yarefo no ho to no ene omo say renew contract no ede ma saa yarefo na omo renew the ma saa yarefo na 2019 de ma no 7.9 million ubu ono age contractor 1 year pepepe oye yarefo wantima anye contract no watima yadea to 2019 ene asa renew sade ama saa yarefo na 7.9 million na utie conversation na obubefu bruta baby a Ghana sika na kwehye na aya na nkofu busa na sika we wo he no muntie public committee no mubeti ni nyina se ehye nkofu to no mte wo no we wo kan we na no nya bayire ni menkani mukodie no o wie na nanka mudi na kotum life imprisonment ana mabonitu akuno we da muntie enkomo a omudi wale muntie.
We start with the headquarters, paragraph 651 of the report, and the Vice Chairman will take it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Now we are talking about undue delay in execution of a project. This started in 2007 at the contract price of 1.4 million. And this was reviewed in 2017. In 2019, this was revised to 7.9 million Ghana cedis. And he had paid about 90% of the contract when this hasn't been completed. What is the status of this Edu Lodge guest house?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Edu Lodge project was handed over to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration by the contractor on 29th October 2021.
But this took 13 years to be completed.
Yes, Mr. Chair, the problem with that was that the contractor at some points was not well. He fell ill, and it delayed the continuation of the project for a while. But it has been handed over. There's completion of work certificate. We have evidence to prove that. And as far as we are concerned, we are still in talks with the contractor so that we can finish off the rest of the payment at some point, as early as possible.
So a project that was supposed to cost 1.4 million, we ended up paying over 7.9 million, and just because we couldn't we have abrogated the contract and awarded it to somebody else?
I'll hand over to the Director of Finance to complete the...
Thank you, Honorable. The project was awarded in 2007, but I think it was abandoned just after 2008. So between 2008 to about 8 years or so, it was abandoned. Then it was resurrected somewhere in 2017, hence the revaluation. Obviously, a contract that was awarded 7 years back would naturally would not be gone for that 1 million or so that it was awarded. And the consultants on the project were PWD Prestige. So they called for a revaluation, and it was done, and the project was resumed. So that is the history behind the long delay.
Auditors, could you confirm that if this project is handed over now?
Honorable Chair, the project has been handed over to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration on 29th October 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, we are hearing two stories. Two stories. One, we've been told that the abandonment was voluntary from about 2008 till about 2017. Then in the earlier case, we are told that the abandonment was as a result of the illness of the contractor. So my initial question was to ask whether the contract was awarded to an individual, a sole proprietorship, as a result of which when the sole proprietor is unwell, the business suffers, or it was awarded to a company properly called, so that even if a director is unwell, the company could execute contract that it entered into properly. But if you are telling us that the abandonment was voluntary by the ministry itself, for some reason for about nearly 10 years, because from 2008 to 2017, that's nearly 10 years. And so I'm confused as a member of this committee. I'm totally confused. Because we are concerned about the disparity in the original contract price vis-a-vis what we are paying for now.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The contract was abandoned. It was awarded in 2008. It was abandoned. And so, but a little work was done prior to that. Between 2009 to 2017, it was abandoned. But the ministry decided to revisit and do the project again. What our chief director was alluding to is when they started between 2007 and the completion date of 2021, somewhere along the line, the contractor fell ill. So it's not two different stories. This is
Director, these are two different stories. Somebody who validly entered into a contract with the state and cannot deliver. What were the terms of the contract? What were the terms of the original contract that when a contracting party cannot deliver because of some cause, some factor, you couldn't terminate to re-award to another? We have to wait for 11 years for somebody to get well in order to deliver on a contract. You see, I keep saying, this committee, what we do, in addition to reviewing the audit report, we want to ensure reform. When you give these reasons and people hear, they will keep doing some of these things. As senior members, you don't have to speak like this. Because it leads to wastage. And I was hoping that you will say that because of some of this, you took steps to execute the project and it won't happen again. But you want to defend it. How do you say that somebody fell sick because of that? A contract with the state couldn't be delivered in 10 years.
Chairman, I want some clarification. If you say the project was abandoned, what exactly do you mean? Was he written to stop work, or he voluntarily stopped, work on the project? Because if it was abandoned for 10 years, then some communication might have gone on. He couldn't have stopped on his own. If he stopped on his own, then I don't think the review is justified.
Kasai.
I can't speak to the circumstances within which led.
So maybe a video some nakusi. It do be a question is bemuno. Untimi nka ho asem. And so what will be defend you?
To the abandonment within the 8 years. But what I can state is the facts as it is. It was stopped just after 2008, that is 2009 to be precise. But the ministry decided to resume to do the contract again. And so it was fallow, abandoned between those periods. But I don't have the facts to speak to why it was abandoned. But we went back to the project. It was revalued by the PWD Prestige at that value, and it was completed within the time frame for which they started between 2017 and 2021, which it was handed over.
Chairman, thank you very much. Was it the same contractor who got this contract awarded in 2007 that was re-awarded in 2017?
Yes.
So the ministries renegotiated and revalued the contract. I'm sure you had a file. You had a file for that project. In that file, what was stated by the ministry as a reason for abandoning the project? Because there should be something in the file. A whole ministry cannot exist without a file on a project of that. So there should be a file. There should be a document in the file stating the reasons for abandoning the project, whether it was the ministry that wrote or there's no such thing in the file. Did you find something in renegotiating this contract?
I believe there should be something, but I say I can't speak to that because I am not privy
So
to
why are
that
you there?
information. Thank you.
Did you receive the Auditor General's report in relation to these issues before coming here?
Yes, we did.
Please, how long have you been in the ministry?
Since 2017.
So since 2017, you received this report. You know this is an issue that you will be answering to. And you know there was revaluation of the contract. And you did not check all these details. You didn't pick that file. But you are here to answer a matter to such an important issue.
Personally, I didn't. It is not within my remit. It's within the estates. But if the information can be provided later.
Then it should have come with the estate, knowing that you are coming to answer a matter relating with where the estate took a decision on. Why didn't you come with the estate officer if you don't have information to respond to this particular issue?
Well, probably maybe the chairman should direct that you bring us information on this very project later.
We'll start with the headquarters.
So, the man on form who didn't. Is there a media? No, ebe go straight to the point. I can't chile ni pana wadi cash no, and any pa waje contract no. Yadi ja be tunu wonu ni chim. Ama wa ye na dwuma no, na o ma direct attention no, akosi ni pa ba akoso. Na dan kwa akofo ado. Omo na ti wo no. Project a 1.7 no. Yetimi atuma ma afedi abedu 7 point something. Say 1.4 nso. Say nipa no ono age contract ne mumu yare. Etima yare saa dade mo abe 10 years so say. Asa nya ne bium say contract na mo de ma me ane bo esi na me yare me ho ato me ne bo asan esi asan de amani pakro. Atua mu 90% wa abra wo nwie adwuma no. Me di de Ekuonaba boatin. Before as our committee we nkona we me sese nkofo me bi na abedo mu bi ne ho. Frati nyankopon. Hey!
Mpenefo se bibi o wiase ntine da ne atopno na ne pabone fonti e wo se wo bambo hu hia na ne papa mu de Pro Technologies ana me kan fama wo ane Pro Technologies. We are specialized in both sales and installation of CCTV cameras. Yeton esa install CCTV cameras in the South Ghana and NASA brochure na ufi Ghana. Now peso CCTV camera installation. We need Pro Technologies and Ninsawaso. We CCTV camera installation, electric fence, automated gate, access control, video doorbell, ana intercom, ana satellite TV, home theater, so upebiato, ana wato, and na pese be install ma. Pro Technologies and na wasa fryer. Na shene so. Say fidie nyina fra America brochimem ndi sane papam na opede a manwene ho na ne bo nso da fom meche ye no the web brochimem ha ene e branch e wo Ghana ye nim obra wo bre nti sika fa ye nsem semfa nya japade ma wo Ghana wo da na ne tene se yesan general construction so web brochire na peso si fi Ghana e dan plan bi o peso si se wa sha se dada ana fa peso si plan bia ye besi ama eno achi so here solar power ana bamba ho nsensem bi ade woni ye ni nsawoso ne esanso ye smart home abefo fidie bi afese hyehyɛ e wo fie ana watwuma mo de ma wo woni ye ni nsawoso we are just a call away and ye interior decoration so wasi fie na wie ana ye si fie na ma no ye sign decoration ye besiesie fie ana office so e de ama eno achi so tom fidie bi na wo hokun afa so install ana ne settings ye beye e de ama for information or WhatsApp 401-7570-300 and a +401-6992-254. Pro Technologies. We have the solutions for your security and home entertainment needs at affordable prices.